betwixt the raising of the undying emperor and the great planar war that shook the heavens, there was an age of contradiction, where cannons won kingdoms and muskets kept the peace. A brave few won the hearts of the conquered and conquerors alike. Of these we speak of the decline of the great kingdoms and cultures under the heel of empire. Of those we speak of gladiators and the untold thousands that worshipped them. Of this, an age of glory, where kings would be slaves and the gladiator would be king.
Good afternoon and welcome to Die Dragon Die Presents Dread and Circus Campaign episode 20. I'm your DM and host Marty, joined by Ahmed and Adam. How is everyone doing?
What oh
my. Hot mics.
Ahmed fell into the late 90s, early 2000s.
Not much. Having a bud. Watching the game. Having a bud. Playing D&D. What's up?
I squatted 475 this week, which is pretty big number.
That's insane.
It made my bum hurt.
I did other things that made my bum hurt, and that is fixing the flower bed.
You're doing it wrong.
Flock gardening. I fixed the flower bed.
You're so domestic, Ahmed.
It was really well done. It was actually looks good. You remember my neighbor came up. He's like, "Oh yeah, good job." Then as I was walking over, I stepped into one of my, there's a little barrier there that holds all the... Anyways, it's made out of wood. Wood's rotten. Got to replace all that shit. Project number 2 within 10 minutes.
Your quest awaits.
Your quest awaits! Lucas, thank you for the Twitch sub. Much appreciated. Tickles that last cockle.
Life support. Cockle, keep cocking.
Cockle tickled. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Glad you're here, and also glad to see that your one shot turned into a campaign, or it might turn into a campaign.
Sounds pretty cute.
Good luck with that, and keep us updated how it's going. 475, that must have echoed throughout the gym when you dropped that.
Same time as a spine cracking.
Re-racked. No, the bigger sound was me falling down after I racked the weight, but it felt like afterwards, my nipples even hurt. It was one of those sorts of levels of, like, exertion.
Why are you doing this if your nipples are hurting?
It's funny, he's going to be at the gym.
The most useless part on a male body is now hurting.
I don't think he's as tall as I am now. I'm 5'8", my ass, 5'4".
Yeah,
Adam,
5'8".
6 foot something.
I'm 6'4", yeah.
Yeah, with all that weight, it's gonna be your spine is slowly going.
Oh, Adam,
actually,
you lost some weight.
With the better posture, I'm about a half-inch taller than I was, which is as tall as I used to be. I shrunk a little bit with bad posture.
Straighten up.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Awesome.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm not the only one at my gym that could do that. If you're the strongest person in your gym, it's time to find a new gym. That's kind of the thing.
You know what? I didn't do a summary of last game with the masters. Whoops. I will make a note of that. Bad, Marty. But at least we have a summary of the last time we played the Road of Sorrow gladiators. also known as Radamer's gladiators. Episode 18 was called Don't Bring a Knife to a Horse Fight. Radamer collects his winnings, including 2 new gladiators, an old half-giant knight and a mad gnome. In annoyance, he pits these 2 against each other to the delight of the aristocracy of Avernus. The caravan is soon back on the road. Radamer decides to risk the overland journey through the Fields of Victory, which are named for numerous battle sites during the Imperial conquest, as well as the hordes of restless dead that remain behind. On the edge of the Iron Hills, Radamer has 3 of his gladiators brave the dangers of the ghoulish Dwarf-Hole. After the battle, he concocts a plan to lure ghouls out of their den. And then we rolled some...
that was good stuff.
Then we rolled some random ghouls, which is kind of where I decided I would make a little mini adventure out of, as Radamer is luring ghouls out of the Dwarf-Hole. And then we'll take a look at, we'll see how far we get with that tonight. Of course, we usually do the Sorrow gladiators during the week, so it's a shorter session. We may have some interesting stuff happen with a longer session.
I have some interesting meta thoughts.
Yes.
I'll voice them just quickly. Okay. I have a feeling that the Caravan of Sorrow needs to move slower and or have a boo-boo, or the Ludus needs to grow, which there's no plan for it to grow big enough, or the Ludus needs to have a boo-boo. If these 2 things we've got 2 full buckets that we need to combine into 1 full bucket.
Too many people in the same
I think chat had said last time, or we had remarked last time, that Radamer basically has his own Ludus.
Yeah.
And if that's what happens when we get to Vatapole, so be it. They also said that they really liked the concept of the carny gladiators. Maybe he needs to get some sort of permit so that he can run his own gladiatorial games just at the side of the roads and stuff like that.
We need to hire Frogman as our geek. He would be our geek.
Right.
We've got a bunch of freaks. We need some geeks.
So I'm zoomed into the world of Tarak. So you left the massive city of Avernus, traveled through the Duchy of Avern, avoiding Port Verist. Most sane people hop on a boat this way in order to get to the rest of the civilized areas on this continent. You guys are going to risk going across the Fields of Valor, which are between this massive mountain range, which is dominated by Avernus and the Durgar, and this really large forested area. Basically, the Imperials had a series of battles here against the dragon people and the dwarves when they were first conquering the continent, and they left behind, well, maybe fields of undead. You're not too sure what the Dunthirst lowlands are, the Fields of Valor, but you guys are at Dwarf-Hole at this moment, and I'm trying to stifle a sneeze. Just give me a second. I'll let it happen.
Bless you!
At the sneeze.
Wow. Okay. I don't know where that came from. The Land of Sneezes. It's just this horrible plain. All right, at Dwarf-Hole, they did battle with some ghouls. Our healer almost got pushed into the Dwarf-Hole. The ghouls were...
Our healer is in a chair with wheels.
Right.
It was a really good plan by the ghouls.
It was a good plan.
There was a hag amongst them. It was kind of my tribute to Evil Dead. There was a hag kind of in the undead.
You will not take
Right. Yeah, she bitch.
But Radamer has cut up the green hag body into some bits, and has waited for all the dwarves to leave. They sort of lingered here for a while, and then when all the dwarves left to their hills, dwarven workers and their Durgar masters, he started chucking bits of the green hag body into this circle. This circle consists of stones of the like an ancient dwarven temple, which may keep the ghouls from overrunning surrounding areas. They said that the ghouls dig deep, but they can't dig out. So you imagine there's like a whole bunch of warrens down there. Horrible, horrible places. What is the master doing? Says Undwind, as I'm going to expose a little bit more of the map and maybe get all the caravan folks onto that map. Give me a moment while I do this.
I need to retrieve some papers from my filing system.
Bad things, says Barrack.
Not sure, but stay with me. Have comfort that they cannot leave that circle of stone. Damn it, Radamer.
Alright. I've got the guys at Radamer. And there's the rest of the caravan off to the side. I don't think I've duped anyone. Oh, my nose. Why? What are you doing, Ahmed?
Getting papier. Getting some papers. I was looking for them. I think I found it.
You know you're living in a digital world?
Shut up. Showed up
And
before.
and that's why you're a digital girl. You know it.
I appreciate this horrific side quest.
All right, so we've got the caravan. It's basically the wagons have kind of been circled at this point. Radamer has not given the order to like hook up the horses. They're kind of just they're kind of off to the side. You've got your wagons basically circled. His bone men are guarding the wagon. The healthy horses stay far away from Bones and from Weezer, his two almost dead horses. They seem to instinctually know that there's something wrong with them. Mr. Pickles is guarding the death cart, which does have lots of bodies in it now. A lot of them have been desiccated through spells and have been stacked up like cordwood. And there are some mysterious things under tarps. For some reason, he's keeping that dragon or that drake body under a tarp. And Snowbeard's body is actually in a pine coffin. Joran is doing some paperwork in the noble caravan. Some of the drivers are just hanging out with old Whitey. And Bortho is cooking dinner. I want to see if there are any special ghouls in this pit, says Radamer. Yeah, all right. Whatever floats your boat, says Roger.
Just be careful. This is the same night?
It's the same day you fought, yes.
Okay. Just a heads up, I have one more channel left. I don't have any more.
Why are you speaking like that?
Undwin, maybe you want to go check on the stores?
Okay. It's getting dark, is what he says.
Yeah.
Undwin is more than happy to leave.
Come view horrible horrors, child!
This is not wise, says Barrack Tarn, who watches from a distance. I must agree, but he is a necromancer, you realize. This is what people do when they necromance.
He's a necromancer for the necromancing.
Ug's just shaking his head. He'll go find soup. Zobinius! Yes! Zobinius! he goes up to Arlen. Ah, Zobinius! You won! You won because of the prophet here! You won! And he's petting the chair.
Yeah, I'll make sure your chair, your prophet, is safe. Well, please don't push me in the hole.
Yes. Zobinius has a squeaky wheel. I'll go find some grease.
Yes, that's an excellent idea.
Zobinius! We may have to put him back into his cage for a while, says Radamer.
Yeah.
I like the old guy. Old guy won. We could have brought the old guy back as a skeleton.
Yeah, actually.
Radamer thought for a moment. I did not procure his corpse. However, if you want to go reunite with an old friend, you can open up the pine box.
I'm good.
What is the point of what you're trying to do? If you try to control one of the undeads, how is it supposed to cross the barrier? I was going to try to force one of them across the barrier to see what happens. Eventually, throwing the guts, chucking the guts into the grass, does convince one of the ghouls to come out. Let's just see here. Oh, all those ghouls look terrifying. No, I just need a ghoul. Normal run-of-the-mill ghoul.
Gule, gule, gule.
My God, I've got some terrifying ghouls. Abyssal ghouls? No, there we go.
Careful, lads. Just can't do much for you this evening.
This creature comes crawling out of the hole, tongue lolling down very far. Oh, there's one, says Roger.
Yeah, I see it.
Marty, could you open the blind box? Child laughs. Not creepy at all. That's it. That's it. Come a little closer. The ghoul is naked. You think at one time it might have been a man, or perhaps a half-elf. Its ears are really, really pointed. It's got a long tongue coming out of its body that is clearly unnatural. Red eyes. It looks like that through necrosis that his junk has fallen off, and it's kind of like this big sort of like icky wound. It's like the bottom part, like it's like the bottom part is kind of like turned into like a necromantic cloaca, just sort of like a general hole down there through which stuff is leaking.
Perfect.
Arlen wheels away. Select a different one.
It hisses with hatred at all of you standing there. Let's see if it's smart enough to know. Yeah, it doesn't go running at the barrier or running at you, but it does start sniffing around the bits that Radamer has been throwing in. it picks up like a foot. And that's when Radamer basically pulses out this dark energy. I've got you now, he says. He kind of jams his staff into the ground. There's this giant pulse of energy in a 30-foot wave around him. It kind of makes all of you briefly sick, but it definitely affects the ghoul worse, as the ghoul stops. That's it. You are under my control. Come closer. The ghoul just drops the hand and moves forward. Oh, you'll see. You'll see. Everyone stand back. Oh, maybe I'll make it run over there. He looks down at the corpse. It's kind of like a big mess right now. Run out of the circle. The thing does not like that command, but it soon has its kind of running along the wet grass, thumping towards the circle. The ghoul goes flying at the circle, and almost kind of like it got hit by a runaway wagon. It nearly explodes when it jumps through the circle, through the stones of the circle. A bunch of ghoulish bits are now raining down across the other side of the stones. Holy energy is what you recognize.
Hey, Radamer. We could probably just destroy all the undead here doing that.
Interesting. These stones are antithesis to undead. It is like one giant circle. I was not expecting that level of evocation.
What happens if you take an undead from the outside and try to stick it in?
An interesting experiment. He glances back towards his cart. Perhaps we could reunite reacquaint the party with one of your fallen.
Make him useful for something.
Ugh, Roger, could you bring me that pine box over there? Yeah, all right. Roger wanders over. Hey, Ugg, come help me with this. Yeah, it's not that fucking heavy either. You sure he's inside here? Yes, I'm sure. Okay, you bring the pine box over. Or Ugg and Roger bring the pine box over. They put it down. Barrack Tarns is shaking his head at this. Radamer has like a... It's almost like he keeps it on his belt, like a crowbar specifically made for lifting the tops of boxes off. He hands it to Roger.
Must be a shipper receiver.
Yep. You open up the box and there's a bit of a smell that comes out of the box. It actually smells really pickly, like he's been kind of seeped in pickle juice. There is a skeleton wearing breastplate with a broken horn. It is got a straggly white beard. It is Snowbeard's skeleton.
Your beard hangs on your bones? Sam is like pulling on his facial hair. It's like it goes all the way to the bone.
Radamer flicks two of his fingers, and like Snowbeard just sits up in the pine box rather creepily and suddenly. Do not worry, he is under my control. Ironically, Snowbeard's skeleton, has a better charisma than Snowbeard does because skeleton template makes
Yeah,
your
plus
wisdom and your wisdom and charisma becomes 10.
Oh. He was only ugly on the outside.
Rise.
Like that.
Rise, Snowbeard. Or more aptly, Snowbeard's animated skeleton. There is no soul of Snowbeard here. Not like these ghouls. The reason why I am interested in them is that they maintain some of their knowledge during their life. Some may look like that, but others may keep more of their humanity. For a time, at least.
Huh.
What a wonderful guardian a ghoul would make. Paralyzing foes and those that would sneak upon you. Snowbeard, go into the circle. Nothing happens when he wanders through the stones. Interesting. This is an undead trap. You can hear a few more ghouls. They might be watching you, or they might be coming out.
Hey, Eddie. You're our bard, sort of. So, remember this place. So, in case we ever get chased by, like, a big, powerful, undead thing, we hide here and then run away. Yeah?
I do not know I'd want to hide inside the Dwarf-Hole with the ghouls in it.
Well, he's at least in the ring.
It's a good idea, Sam.
And I'm not sure why I'm supposed to remember this place. All of us will remember where we are, I hope.
I don't know, I get hit in the head a lot.
That is true. You have a particular style of fighting. It might be because you are so short.
It's got its advantages. It's got its disadvantages, too.
It's got advantages!
Is that Arlen?
No, that was me, actually. Remember, Adam, when we were at Dave's apartment, you tried to grab me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was... flank, bitch.
A fitting final end for the corpse of Snowbeard. Yeah, Snowbeard's just sitting there. You notice that he's got Snowbeard's prick in his hands.
Hey, Drakes, how you doing, man?
The heavy pick.
Mm-hmm.
And what else? I actually created stats for Snowbeard's skeleton. It's a thing now. Let's see. Radamer's undead. Horde. Snowbeard's skeleton is wearing breastplate, buckler, and has Snowbeard's prick. The masterwork heavy pick in its hands. And it's just standing there. It's kind of staring not quite at the Dwarf-Hole. It just has none of the quip that Snowbeard had.
Which happens to make it more attractive than Snowbeard, because that quip was the issue.
Right. The ghouls don't seem to be too interested in Snowbeard's skeleton. You can see a couple of them are sort of watching you from the edge of the hole.
Is there a way to know if he can come out, or do you have to, like, kill him to find out?
You did see a little bit of light starting, like when that ghoul went running through. There was like a barrier that looked like he was pushing himself through. Radamer just sends Snowbeard off to the side. If I can snare them, but I cannot remove them, that is no good. Radamer's looking around. I wonder if we moved one of the smaller stones, if we'd create a gap.
I highly suggest against that, because you don't know if we break the entire circle. And then you'd kill people.
It is why I have so much muscle with me, is it not?
I'd feel better doing this in the morning, as now I feel a little useless.
Well... Oh, Sam's having a thought. Oh, he's thinking. It hurts.
You want to wait into the morning so that you have proper spells.
I would prepare properly, otherwise we couldn't defend what would come through if they all decided to come at us.
Yeah, we should probably plan for them all to come at us. They look kind of... That one there looked kind of hungry. They're all hungry. They are undeath, made from evil and hunger.
Sam is going to roll a spellcraft.
Okay.
Do I know magic? 9. Maybe in the morning they'll be sleepy again, because the dwarves had to wake them up with their dancing. They danced pretty good. I mean, it was a little kind of, didn't quite get into it, but...
Radamer is now walking around the circle, looking for the small stones. You could tell he's casting Detect Magic, and he's wandering around.
Sam will go with Radamer.
Okay.
And push him in the... I mean...
You can see the ghouls watching you guys, watching Radamer move around. They're not coming out. What about that stone there? This one looks the smallest. We could pull this one out.
We put back the magic works again?
I don't know. Lead does block magical effects.
It blocks divination type spells. If you have a sheet of lead, you'll stop the divination. You will not stop the meteor swarm.
I do not know if putting the stones back will make the magic whole again. But it does not appear... Perhaps you could repair it. Well, not you.
I'll push the rock. Hey, Eddie, could you fix it if we broke it?
What was that now?
We could probably move this rock, but if it breaks the thing, could you fix it? Put it back?
I am not that sort of caster.
Oh. But you're a wizard. And our bard.
I'm not quite sure you know what sort of caster I am either.
It's arcane.
This is beyond what simple mending can do. There are tracery runes that are transcribed in the air linking the stones. Either the barrier will collapse along this vector, or it will be weakened. An interesting design. It is definitely feeding off the power in these stones. He glances around. I care not for these dwarves. I want a ghoul.
All right.
Yeah, I suppose you are the master. It's giving Samuel a look.
Yeah. Yes.
Go and fetch some ropes and the oxen.
Probably it's to get ready for tomorrow, right? Because with the spells and stuff, be
Fine.
prepared.
First thing in the morning.
All right.
Okay, you convince Radamer to go back to his cart.
Okay. I want to go.
Yep.
Yes.
Mortenzi's fervor after the fight forces Roger and Ugg to force him back into his chains. They stick him in the slave wagon with the
just put the crazy man there.
with
Just
the dwarves.
leave him over there. He's just, you know.
The dwarves can convince him to be quiet.
Yes, Mortenzi needs it to be quite quiet. Mortenzi.
You guys set a small campfire. It is in the spring or late spring.
And we set a watch because mostly worried about the dwarves. Actually, the ghoul. We're pretty much convinced the undead ghoul pit. Although if there's another hag, that would be bad because the hags could probably leave.
Yep. All right. So do you have a watch?
Let's do it like this.
Okay, there's your campfire.
And Edward is a caster, and Arlen is a caster. We will go like this. That is our watch.
Okay. It's definitely creepy camping out next to the Dwarf-Hole. Snowbeard is just left inside the circle. You do hear at some point in the middle of the night, Tarn and Ugg can hear ghouls moving around. You're pretty sure the ghouls went and checked out Snowbeard and maybe picked up the bits of the bits of the body that were tossed in.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't destroy Snowbeard. They just kind of ignored him.
Yeah.
Does Ugg and Tarn let Radamer know there's movement in the ghoul pit? Probably not. I don't think the good people are really into this plan at all.
No. It was all fun. It was like, you want to steal a guy? Sure. You want to break the magic that keeps the things in the thing?
Let's put some distance between us before you try that.
Okay. I'm assuming you guys camp inside or near your wagon. Tarn and Roger Tarn wakes up Roger and Samuel. I do not agree with this course of action that our master is taking. Do any of you have the ability or sway with him to dissuade him?
Maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, Sam. Do you have the ability to sway him? Roger's being difficult.
I don't know. He kind of listened to me to become the master of the thing, but he's the master of the thing, which makes it, it's not the grossest thing we've had to do as, like, free men who fight for people who have documents. I could ask. It's just I,
You can hear them moving around.
yeah. Yes.
All right, tomorrow should be fun. Fucking necromancers, Roger says.
Yeah. Well, at least ghouls are one of the safe kind. They can't make more.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Says Roger.
You just fucking know.
Does that mean somebody necrotized them?
Probably some magic in the hole did it.
Well, maybe that's what Radamer really wants, the magic in the hole to make ghouls.
We could take a... Maybe we could use that to sway him.
Are you saying we go in there and go grab
Hey,
the magic?
Hey, Barrack, come back. I got an idea.
Barrack's bedding down. What? What is it, Sam?
What if we go in the hole instead?
And destroy the undead.
Try to find whatever the source of the necromancy is. We give that to Radamer, that makes him happy, and we don't have to break the circle.
Oh, Roger doesn't have any knowledge religion. Barrack Tarn doesn't have any knowledge religion.
Sam has 1 rank in knowledge religion.
Give me a roll.
Below. 14.
Yeah. You have this... 14 is like... 10 is like you know the type undead and general traits of undead. You know that ghouls paralyze. You probably don't know too much about ghoul fever with that roll. I do not think that is wise. Bringing them out on the surface in the light of day with Arlen spells, that would be most wise. Fighting together as a unit. I do not care. I do not care for capturing a ghoul. However, if it comes to it and we have to slay them, so be it. Less evil upon the world. Tampering with these stones, this is something we should not do.
Well, but it's... I think they call it soft negotiation? Hard negotiation. Stony negotiations where you punch the guy. He wants to break the circle to get a ghoul. And we don't want to break the circle to get a ghoul, because then we have to break the circle. And the circle's really nifty, so we don't want to break it.
He probably also wants to get Snowbeard back. Look at him. He's been standing there all day.
Yeah. Do you know how to fix the circle if it gets broken?
Who, Barrack Tarn?
Sam's asking people.
He doesn't have his Gestalt Sorcerer yet, so no. He is Paladin Enlightened 1, Monk 1, Half-Dragon 1. No. No, I do not. Which is why we shouldn't tamper with it. I don't think we have the ability to repair it if we break it.
Do you think it makes like a circle or like a tube, or do you think it has a top? Maybe we could pull them out the top.
It's rather flat land. There are hills in the distance around. There are trees nearby.
Wondering if like a levitate or a fly spell. Just go up to see if there's like a...
I'm going to get some rest. Feel free to wake me if the undead are restless. Or if anything else bad happens.
Okay.
Yeah, making a necromancer in charge wasn't so swift, huh?
We didn't have a lot of options.
He's gonna get a boner every time we come around undead.
Yeah.
You get it?
Yeah, lewd gesture. Yeah. Rock hard.
Good one.
Sam and Roger talk about dicks till dawn.
Right. Kicking at things and bemoaning his fate. During your watch, give me a perception check.
Okay. There's a hag in your pants. 18. I'll grab Rogers just for funsies. 27. Natural 20.
Okay, you do notice that you are being watched. By what looks like a halfling ghoul.
Huh.
And some sort of elven ghoul, really, really tall.
Oh, God. Oh, that's a... Okay, that's an arm. For a second there, I thought I had, like, the Resident Evil split mouth thingy going on.
No, it seems to be chewing on something.
Huh.
They're just standing there, staring at you.
They look like they have class now. Huh.
And then there's a woman. She doesn't look ghoulish at all. She's dressed in like a cloak and kind of like a cowl.
Huh.
She's quite striking. She has this umbrella that's a little bit broken. She's wearing like dark aristocratic kind of clothes. She has some sort of like pack at her belt, like that, or like kind of over her shoulder. You think it might be a musical instrument on her back?
Our bard. Edward's such a shitty bard. Psst.
Give me a So you saw them. I need a second perception check.
All right. Edward gets 25. Actually, Edward saw them, and Edward hears them.
Holy crap! Look at that.
Huh?
Is that a woman? It's a woman. Hey, it's a woman. That's what he says. What's she doing in there? Hey, lady. Let's go over and say, oh, do we need to save her?
Maybe. I can't see her.
He grabs a torch. He wanders over with you. Ah! Yeah, he almost stepped on the green bag.
Yeah.
Hey, you probably shouldn't be in there. There's ghouls in there. Why don't you come and help me? He sniffs at that.
Do you know how to get out of the ring without breaking the ring?
She waves her fingers a little bit. She says a word. Give me a will save for Roger.
No. I will make the will save, but no. No, stop barding us. No.
You can make a spellcraft check, Sam.
She's hot. 11.
Okay, you don't know what she did. There was a brief flash
Is this
from her
a
eyes.
fear effect or I know enchantment compulsion kind of
It's an enchantment
suggestion
Nope.
type effect?
Does he have to clearly see her?
Nope, this is to here.
Okay.
4.
Hey, Roger goes, hey, we gotta help her. We gotta get her out of there.
Sense motive for Sam to realize what happened.
Sure.
Because I will Sharukin this dude in the junk so hard.
The ghouls are just standing there. One of them's munching on a body part, perhaps of one of the dead ghouls, and the other one just...
Oh God, these rolls!
You guys are asking for it.
But she's hot.
I need help, she says. Won't you help me as
Hey!
well?
There's a woman in the hall.
Won't you help me as well? She
I
says,
can't
and
hear you. I got damage in my ear. I didn't make any of my perception checks. No.
She points at Sam. She is casting.
No.
She's casting a charm person on Sam.
We left to Arlen. Arlen will be like, those. Well, done with those assholes.
We had a problem at the
Wait a
beginning
sec.
of
What
the
language is she
session.
speaking?
Imperial Common.
Damn it.
He's speaking vampiric.
Because Sam does not speak that many languages. All right.
There's a lady in there. We gotta help her.
Yeah. Fuck, there's a lady! Help the lady!
Okay, so your good friend is in the ghoul hole and is in danger.
Alright. Okay.
Do they have enough sense to wake people up and say like, "Hey, God"?
Yelling,
Well, there's no
yelling for
there's no compulsion for them to do anything.
Okay,
You can
so,
try to give the subject orders, but you must win an opposed charisma check to convince it to do anything that wouldn't normally do.
It might be a...
It perceives your words in the most favorable way, so she's saying she needs help. She's stuck in here.
Hey! Help! Sam is going to go and attack ghouls in the ring.
Okay.
Sam helps by punching. She wasn't expecting punching. She picked the wrong person.
Roger's gonna start firing at ghouls while making a bunch of racket. So I think what we're doing is we're rolling initiative.
Because Sam helps by punching things.
Oh, he needs a coffee. Ah!
Okay. Gotta smash the bean somehow.
Okay. Okay. Did
And
not
this
see that
lady in
coming.
there, we gotta get her out.
This lady in there, gotta get her out. Yeah, pretty much. That's the...
So, did I find the weakness of this party?
Our will saves are garbage? Yeah.
Oh no. Alright, it'll take us a moment to update the initiative sheet because it's got a bunch of shit in here from the masters.
Really want to have Arlen awake.
Alright, Prentice is not here, Kane is not here, Shitbeard is no longer with us. Sam.
He's in the arena already. He's ready to go. Look at him.
Sam, what's your initiative?
Sam's initiative is natural 20.
Do
Now
you
I roll a
do you-
fucking
do
20.
you still have improved initiative as your feat?
No.
Or okay.
No.
All right. Let's see. The ghoulish woman, spellcaster of some sort. She only has a +2. Meh. Any other ghoulies?
Gula.
Gole, gole.
It's ladies. Your party's one weakness. Oh, funny.
Pretty much. There's nothing we could do.
Are there any women in either groups? No, there aren't.
No.
Have we seen any female gladiators?
Yes.
the whole freaking Ludus.
Oh yeah, there's what's her name? Well, no, there isn't a Ludus.
No, there was a
training school.
Little crazy lady.
The gnome got sold because she was actually skilled.
She could do something other than she was just. She could do a thing more than just
The gnome alchemist. I remember her. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Just wondering. Like not one anywhere.
Your Ludus is sexist. All right, Arlen, what's your initiative?
You should have more female slaves. Like, yeah, that's a good argument.
Oh no, Ugg and Roger rolled 1 and 1 on their initiatives.
Go get them, guys. It's awesome.
The lady. But I'm a lady.
Later.
We want equality. Women have the same rights to be enslaved and forced to combat.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Just adding initiatives. Radamer will eventually want to wander over.
I guess one way for him to get a ghoul out of there is for us to get ghoul fever and then walk out of the circle. And then die.
Well, there might also be another reason why he wants ghouls. Which is along those lines. It's like, yep, just keep everyone inflicted with ghoul fever, so when they die, I don't lose gladiators.
Oh.
Sam, you rolled a nat 20. You're going first. You're going to go save your friend.
I'm going to go save my friend.
Save the lady.
Good luck.
Swift action. We're going to swift action to start the style. We're going to charge defensively, punch this halfling ghoul in the punchy bits.
Okay. Let me just check to see what their classes were again.
Rogue, barbarian, barbarian. Huh. Bad flank.
Yeah, uncanny dodge happens at
4th rogue.
4th.
Or 2nd barbarian.
2nd barbarian. Okay, so it's not denied its dex.
Okay. 2 for power attacking. AC 21.
Yeah, you smack it.
Okay. I believe my fists are D6s now. Yep. 1d6 plus 2 plus 4. Anything else that does damage? I don't think I've got the. I didn't do my weapon specialization yet. So. And it's flat-footed, but I can't sneak attack it because it's not alive. And I don't have sneak attack. That's also part of the reason why I can't sneak attack it. I haven't. 8 damage.
8 damage. Okay. That hurts it. It kind of like doubles over into the ground, but it comes right up right away, and it's coming at you. You don't want to be it. It smells really bad.
Run, lady! Get out of the circle, lady! You'll be safe!
Edward is sleeping in the camp. He did not hear the yelling. The woman... woman just seems to be moving away slowly.
Oh, you gotta move faster than that, lady!
She just moves over. Over here?
Out of the ring! Out of the circle! Behind the stones!
She takes out what looks like a stringed instrument and sticks it under her chin. She kind of runs the bow across the string instrument, and it sends some chills down your spine. Radamer, let's see if Radamer hears you guys yelling. No, he rolls a 3 on his perception check. Ghouls. All right. There are 4 of them that have come out of the pit.
Alright, you sons of bitches.
They're not armored like the dwarves were. They don't seem to have any armor or weapons. A violin. Let's see if we could find some YouTube viola music.